Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another First Impressions video. Today, I'm taking a look at Gord for the PlayStation 5. This has been newly released today. It's a game I've actually been quite looking forward to because it's a game that really ticks an awful lot of boxes for me. How to describe this game? Well, it's kind of like a dark fantasy game. It's got combat in it. It's got real-time strategy combat in it. It's a colony sim. It's a build management game, so you're kind of building your own little cities. There's some role-playing going on. There's a lot. It's you could argue, really, this is a game that's almost trying to spin too many plates. It's trying to do too many things. Some of the reviews I've seen from people that have been putting up early reviews for this on YouTube are actually quite scathing. I think a lot of people are saying that it tries to do too much, really, and it should have stuck to what it does best. Now, if any of those things that I mentioned, that are things that are your kind of bag, really, you like dark fantasy games, you like building games where you like building your own little cities and things like that, or you like role playing, you like combat and real-time strategy games, or like colony sim. If you like any of those games or any combination of those games, there's definitely going to be something here for you to check out. It's not a full price game. I think it's something like $34.99 I paid for this. So it's not really, you shouldn't be going into this expecting like obviously a AAA quality, but it does do something a little bit different to like, most like management sims that you play. It's got a pretty unique look about it. There's plenty of like cutscenes and things like that. So it is really trying to be, a little bit different and stand out from the crowd. A lot of these management sims, even the ones with some form of combat in there, they sometimes feel a little bit distant. You don't feel sometimes as immersed in those games. This one is trying to immerse you into this world. Now, you need to be warned as well when you're playing this game. It is very much a dark and grimy world. It's a game really where the sun barely comes up. It's like if you play like any of these RPGs and you're like the hero and you go to these dark and dingy villages that look a bit downtrodden and there's usually something pretty evil going on there or around that area. Well, this game kind of is like that village. You're building these villages, and it is very similar to what you do in other building games. Obviously, you need to build like your lumberjack things, your food huts, your place to make your mead for your settlers, and so you've got to build all these sort of things, storage areas, places to fish, everything like that. People to go out and forage for berries and food and hunt, and it's got all that kind of stuff that you would expect in one of these type of games. And you've got like the first thing you do really is you kind of build the wall surrounding your settlement. So one thing you do kind of feel when you first start this game is you almost feel a little bit more secure than a lot of these games. Sometimes you feel a little bit exposed when you're playing these games. With this one, you're building like your wall straight away, even though you can be attacked at any time in this game by any number of enemies. There are some unique enemies in this game. You've got, obviously you've got your human invaders and all this kind of stuff, and barbarians and wolves and so on and so forth. But you've also got like some real beasties and things in the game that you've got to battle. So there is battles in this game and fights in this game, but it's like it's real-time strategy in the sense of it's not turn-based or anything. You don't have an awful lot of involvement. Your settlers will essentially just attack en masse, and if you're stronger than the enemy, then you will come out on top. It's nothing extravagant, really. The settlers themselves, you could argue you have to over-manage them, I suppose. I've seen a little bit of criticism on that. Some people calling it like a babysitting sim, because you've almost got to kind of over-explain things to your settlers or tell them pretty much what to do and when to do it. And there is some element of that. And I suppose it will come down to what kind of person you are. What kind of gamer are you? Do you really like to micromanage your settlers? Well, then you're probably going to quite like this because there is an awful lot of micromanaging here, your settlers. Um, so they do feel like individuals, but it also does feel like you're over managing them. In my opinion, there's quite a lot of map exploration for you and lots of things for you to discover while you're playing this game. There's like unique things like a sanity meter. So if you don't kind of look after your settlers and you know give them things to keep them occupied and entertained and all that kind of stuff, they'll start losing sanity, and they will basically, if they completely lose their sanity, they'll just go charging off out of the settlement and just run straight headfirst into danger and get killed. So, like I said, I've seen some pretty scathing reviews of this, and while this isn't an in-depth review by any stretch of the imagination, because I haven't put an awful lot of time into this game yet, I've only really played it for a small amount of hours. From my perspective, so far from what I'm playing, I am quite enjoying it. I'm liking the look and feel of the game. It feels familiar, yet it also feels different. It is trying to do something new and a little bit unique with the genre, and I always appreciate that. I think the game does look quite interesting, even if it looks a bit, dark and grimy and, it overly saturated with colour here and there. But I think they've gone for a really unique look here, and I think it works for the most part. So I'm going to try and put an awful lot more time into this. It's been a busy week because obviously we've got Everspace 2 that I'm trying to get more time into that to play so I can get a review up for you. I'm also going to try and put some time into this so I can get a review up for you at some point. Just try and be patient, really, guys. If you want to maybe wait for a sale for this one, that would be my early suggestion. Maybe wait for a sale. But yeah, we'll see. I'll try and get a more in-depth review up for you guys in a few days. But in the meantime, there's a lot more gameplay here for you to check out. And the gameplay is from the early stages of the game. So thank you very much for joining me.
Sir, we've reached the pond our scouts told us about. It is indeed a fine location for a Gord. We have access to water, reeds, and other resources here. But first, let's build a palisade. These wooden walls will be the main defense of our new settlement. palisade will keep us safe. Now, we need to think of how to make use of the resources we have.
Hold on, old fool. This is just a minor stop on our way to the cartographer. He's waiting for us with instructions on how to reach the gold. I don't want to grow roots in this dump.
My lord, I promise we will move on as soon as we have fortified our current position. For now, I suggest building a lumber mill, a forager's hut, and a thatchery.
A lumber mill does sound useful. Fine then. But be quick about it, steward.
Our brother hasn't done much lately. Our brother needs a task. Our brother's hands are idle. Please designate an assignment to our brother. Our brother has been idle for some time now.
I suppose you people are used to starvation, but I am not. Steward, order these peasants to bring me some food.
Sire, if I may, our people had some rations saved, but we will run out soon. We really need to start gathering food.
The settlement's growth has significantly increased.
Our brother awaits your command, sire. Sire, thank you for providing us with food. Even though starvation won't make us bleed, it will weigh heavily upon our subjects' mental state. If we neglect their sanity, they will flee our rule.
Insubordinance like that should be punishable by death. Feeble minds. In Calanthea, we would give our soldiers some wine to calm their nerves before the battle.
My lord, we don't have wine here, but we do pride ourselves on making a great drinking mead.
Mead, you say? That doesn't sound too bad.
However, the basic comfort of staying within the range of a torchlight helps a lot in our sanity regeneration. Our scouts can provide light to everyone venturing outside of the palisade, but I would recommend to build both a meadery and scouts tower.
Yes. But let's start with the...
sister needs a task.
All right, old man. I know that hygiene isn't your best suit, but don't your people ever wash? Stuart and I could use a bath.
Yes, of course, my lord. Our balia is constructed in a way not only to provide hot water, but also make the best use of our healing herbs to regenerate people's health.
Huh? Heard that, Stuart? Order them to build it, right away.
Our sister hasn't done much yet.
One of our people came across some familiar tracks. We should search this area of the forest. Maybe, with Dalbo's help, we'll find the scout who fled from the wolves.